Back in March of 22, I was bored fucking around on YouTube. I had found a streamer from back in Ottawa. Her name was Char, she walked around so I could catch the sights and sounds of a group of truckers honking against the mandates. Hagerstown in Maryland was where they stayed and planned their runs to be a nuisance and get more attention. They couldn't get into DC, the cops blocked every truck they see from leaving the Beltway to cause more congestion. I'm so warm sitting in my house. Cup of coffee in one hand, the other there's a mouse. Interacting with the host, it's how I gain more clout. That's what the streamer war's about.
What a mess, what a mess, what a mess. Wow, what a mess.
Every night they'd get on stage, they'd stomp around, they'd stoke their rage, then everyone would eat potato salad. They didn't really accomplish much. Ted Cruz took a picture in a truck, but the media didn't see them as being valid.
Glad I'm not in it.
Things weren't really going great. They thought they'd try another state. They headed west, out California way. Agreement was getting hard to find. Some folks didn't go, they stayed behind. One was a man who was known as Jersey J. I'm just so cozy on my bed, memorizing every single thing that was said. If the other chatters don't say hi, I get sad and I pout. That's what the streamer war's about. Streamer wars, smiling for the camera. Streamer wars, watch out, they don't scam ya. Pay too much attention and it gets into your head. Why not just read a book instead? Streamer wars, who gets weeded out? Streamer wars, are you just chasing clout? You think the guy on YouTube is actually your friend? It's just entertainment in the end.
Good morning. The rain is past, and the convoy rolls on again today. Today's a special day. Some of you were already out here when I kind of mentioned it. I'm happy I get to drop the name here in a few moments. Wasn't sure if I was able to put that out or not, so I just kind of kept my mouth shut. Turns out I could have told you all along. It is what it is.
Things weren't better way out west. The road became another test, like getting egged by a bunch of kids in Oakland. They slept in rainy parking lots in Oregon. They fired shots by Idaho. The convoy had been broken. By the time they're back to Hagerstown, so much dumb shit had all gone down. The People's Convoy ended with some yelling. The money up and disappeared. It was worse than everybody feared. How much was gone, there was no way of telling. I'll have myself another snack. You don't hate the same ones I do, there's no coming back. People change their minds on who they like and what they're for. That's the thing with streamer wars. Summertime, the DC Mall, Santa rose to lead them all. He was a man out on a righteous mission. He had already made a lot of foes, but that's how leader business goes. They camped out for a month while they kept grifting. Folk showed up to tell them stop. Every night they called the cops. Anarchy Princess drove those fuckers crazy. They took the fight to Bunker Hill, 76 with bandits still. One man took them down, that is amazing. Somebody made a funny song. This conversation's been going on too long. Might get nominated for a Doofy Award. That's another part of Streamer Wars. Streamer Wars taking you to court. Streamer Wars, your memory is short. Always documenting all the crimes you do. Collecting donos, it's pay-per-view. Streamer Wars out Indiana way. Streamer Wars, Jalen and Matt, drunk on Christmas Day. Restoration filed ROs on everyone they could. Santa, please be done for good. Streamer wars taking you to court. Streamer wars, your memory is short. Always documenting all the crimes you do. Collecting donos, it's pay-per-view. Streamer wars out Indiana way. Streamer wars, Jalen and Matt, drunk on Christmas Day. Restoration filed ROs on everyone they could. Santa, please be done for good.
More breaking news out of D.C., where former members of the trucker convoy are demonstrating along the National Mall. This group calls itself the 1776 Restoration Movement, and they tell us they'll be there all day. Delia Gonzalez is live along the National Mall. And Delia, we understand that the leader of this group was arrested earlier this morning.
Yeah, in quite a dramatic fashion. A lot of police descended upon the area when David Rydell, we're told, was arrested around 9 o'clock this morning on a warrant out of Maryland. Maryland State Police now confirming to us that he is now charged with disturbing the peace, hindering passage, disorderly conduct, and failure to obey law and order. Group members tell me this all stems from a peaceful protest that they conducted a couple of days ago in Maryland, where they stopped traffic and blocked traffic. They do tell me there is no intention today to block traffic. They plan on being here by the mall. You can see all their trucks parked along Madison Avenue here.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for thank you for clicking on there. There's a Sparky Madness. Stop. Here we go. Thank you for clicking on. That was Jerry Garcia. Was not aware that existed until today. I've been in chats with Jerry a couple of times, and I had no idea that was out there. And the Doofy Awards getting a nod in there. So, good evening. Thank you all for being here. It is the fourth day of the year 2023. That means January 6th is just around the corner. Hello, GA from CA. We're going to have you up here in a few minutes. Cunning, Stunt as well. LePreux. I owe LePreux a coffee. I lost a bet to LePreux earlier today. My inside information was that there are 22 people in the caucus of the disruptors in the race for the House. Speaker of the House in Washington, D.C., in our capital, which has been all that's been talked about in the political realm for the past couple of days. And all they have to do is drag it out one more day, and then January 6th, the day of chaos and rumblings from the right that, something's going to happen January 6th. We've heard it, and we're not going to dwell on that. What we are going to do is our show as we normally do. Now, I lost because I said there were 22, and I thought the vote would be 21 because Sparts and MTG. MTG is just basically trying to ride the fence and appease both sides. She's voting with McCarthy at the moment because she knows he doesn't have enough to win, and she's waiting to see who she's going to back and where she is going to throw her vote. That was the word I got. And Sparts voted present in 2 out of the 3 today. Now, something that hasn't been talked about in all of that, as far as the Speaker of the House race, is if six out of the 22, as far as I know, if 6 out of the 22 voted present, then it wouldn't, then Hakeem Jeffries would become the Speaker of the House. Just something to think about. That, again, the chance of that happening very, very slim. But I personally think the chance of Kevin McCarthy becoming Speaker grows slimmer by the vote. And so we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction. Tomorrow comes and goes, and there is no Speaker of the House this time tomorrow night when we are back on here, which will just give another, to the conspiracy theory of January 6th and the day of chaos. So we'll see. Hello to Lonnie Ivy. Oh, yeah. He did nail it. Me to you. He did nail it. Me to you. Jerry Garcia, that was another classic. And he just keeps pumping them out, which is amazing. And speaking of which, while we're at it, speaking of pumping out classics, where is it at? Here we go, right here. Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. That's not what was supposed to happen. There we go. Why is this not opening up full screen? Okay. Well, I'm not sure what's going on here. This was sent to me from Cunning Stunt. Yes, I said that right.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. We got volume. All right. This is the latest from Baldy Banks. Go to Baldy Banks right there. Baldy Banks. Go to Baldy on Twitter or Baldy Banks on YouTube. Here's his latest.
Oh, yeah.
Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid brand has been around for about 10,000 years. You might say it's a cult favorite. We at the 1776 Restoration Movement prefer our new signature series of Kool-Aid, the Freedom flavor. It's stirred with a Freedom finger. I tell you, that Freedom flavored, finger stirred Kool-Aid makes me want to do things that I never thought I'd want to do. I was just here to tell you, one sip of Freedom flavored Kool-Aid, and baby, it's on. Men, if your woman is acting up and you get sick and tired of it, give her a little taste of real Freedom flavor. Give her that Kool-Aid brand and watch what happens. Made in the mountains. Everybody knows them mountain people know how to make Kool-Aid. But just like me, you're never going to turn down a little sugar. Thank you. The Kool-Aid 1776 Freedom flavor.
Oh, yeah.
The one, the only, Baldy Banks. You know what? While we're at it, let's just drop in one more little thing here at the beginning of the episode. They need no introduction either, but this is Reenactment with Dolls.
Hey guys, it's me Oreo and my friend Taco Joe.
Hola, amigos.
My friend Joe was getting more viewers than me, so I figured I'd tag along and take some of his donations. It's all about the money. Hey guys, it's me Oreo and my friend Taco Joe.
We'll let it go again.
Hola, amigos.
My friend Joe was getting more viewers than me, so I figured I'd tag along and take some of his donations. It's all about the money.
Reenactment with Dolls, everyone. Their latest live from the U.S.-Mexico border crisis. And while we can joke around a little bit, something serious happened down there. I think it was yesterday afternoon, late evening, in that time frame. A very serious criminal escaped, supposedly, allegedly. It's in the news. shot 10 guards after getting a gun, and supposedly crossed over the border into El Paso, Texas. So, you know, heads up down there, first responder media and Oreo, if that's where you guys are, and anybody down there, just, you know, you never know what you are going to run into. G. Abbott's Basement, my video was better, LOL. I'll have to check it out. I didn't know you had somebody let me know G. Abbott, when you're putting videos up. Can't make this crap up. No, look, and again, full circle here. I got on a tangent. I owe LePreau coffee because picked 20. I picked 21, and it was actually 20 that voted for the other person. Cookie Man headed home. Okay. Hi, L. Smith. Hi, Katrina. I have many videos. Okay, I'll check it out, G. Abbott. I had no idea. Mater. Think Oreo went home today. Okay. Real life is more bizarre than fantasy. Yeah, I got my books are back there, and I thought it was when I first wrote the base part of the book back in 2016, I thought it was, and it was so far-fetched that my agent and my publisher, agent at the time, publisher at the time, they were like, no, this is ludicrous. And then here we are. And now it's like, it's a question of whether it was prophetic or whether it's conspiracy theory. It's definitely a love story, and it's got a little bit of comedy in it, but it sure rings true with some of the stuff going on now. The next full moon, yes, Jungle Jane. I've actually got that in my notes. I'm going to talk about J6 coming up here in a minute, and the next full moon is actually January 6th. So, yeah. if things didn't line up oddly enough. So, like I said, I think we will find ourselves tomorrow at this time at the same place that we find ourselves now, that there is no Speaker of the House, and they will use it to stoke. I hope I'm really wrong. Do you have the link for G. Abbott's channel? I do not. I don't. And I'm not sure how to get it at the moment. I don't even know. I'm not sure who all's in here at the moment. Anyway, G. Abbott, send me an email, please. americandufus, all one word, at gmail.com. And we'll feature some of your videos. No, I'm not. I didn't know G. Abbott I thought G. Abbott disappeared, to be honest with you. The rumor I heard was G. Abbott was gone. And everybody was like, what happened to G. Abbott? What happened to G. Abbott? I wonder if indictments will come out on January 6th. Merrick Garland and the Department of Justice kind of alluded to that possibility today in an announcement they put out, and I'm not sure why this is there we go. Okay. Found it easily. Searched for G. Abbott's Basement. There you go. Thank you, Cunning. There's Lolo. Merrick isn't a drama llama. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that, I don't think Merrick Garland is, caught up on when to do things or doing things for to have them be on an anniversary, I guess, is the best and quickest way to to say it. But at the same time, he put out something today that alluded to, and actually, Lolo read it at Lolo's Lounge. Follow G Abbott's Basement. Follow Lolo's Lounge. Lolo read, or was it Gal? And she's a, follow her on Twitter. And he alluded to it being 2 years. So, you know, I don't know. We'll find out. That would be interesting. Al Munson in here. CKM Music. ACB not in charge of anything. Yeah, love Lolo. Lolo's a really good stream to watch. I've been watching the past couple of days with the speaker thing going on, and she's incredibly entertaining in the down times. Just saying. So follow them, subscribe, like, share, all those things. Hey, it's true. You know, Lolo and I've shared some emails, and we had a budding relationship going, and I blew it. And you know that. No, in all seriousness, watch Lolo. She's incredible, really, and talented in so many ways. So let's get. She does. She makes it fun, Cunning. She does. Hey, Telescope, what's going on? Admission is the first step to redemption. Mwah. Katrina, I don't know. I love everyone. Yeah. Hey, CKM said something in a chat or not in a chat. It might have been on a panel I was on, or something I was watching. I don't know. We've crossed paths a lot the past couple of weeks, and I'm the better for it on the most part. Sometimes I've laughed so hard I've cried, but he says the way he says it is like your channel is your home. You know, and you don't just let anybody in your home. You don't just let anybody up on your screen to be a part of whatever it is you call whatever it is you do on your platform. I call it a show, episodes. And it's the same thing in chat, you know. Look at the chat like it's your room. And if somebody's saying something in your room that you don't like, block them. You have the power to do that. You can block anybody you want. You can turn off the chat and block everybody. You know? Last night's episode was primarily about Louisville. And my mods have for the most part been with me since Louisville. And having an episode on Louisville, they were focused on the episode, which I hoped everybody would be. I hoped everybody would be watching it, and you know, learning things that you know you might not have known. But instead, there was a lot of fighting going on in the chat, and the chats again are an important aspect of the experience, in my opinion. I like being able to go and sit in a chat on occasion. You know. I get it. So if you're seeing things and I'm not seeing them, or my mods aren't catching them, use your power. You're empowered to simply block those people so you don't see what they're saying. They don't see what you're saying. And treat it like your room. You know, because it is, and I want you here, and I enjoy this, and I hope you do too. So, with all that being said, Hot Mess Summer hopped in. I'm about to pull up to my house, and I'll be able to mod, and I'm not dealing with any petty. You don't mess with Summer. Summer will be back in here in a few minutes. I love you too, CKM. Actually, I hope you're feeling better, man. I know you're not feeling good, and I hope you're feeling better. And if I would like you to have a wrench in here for any time that you're in here. If you would consider doing that, we'll talk about it after the episode. Yeah, nobody needs to put up with unwanted abuse. The drama, yeah, people click on, people like the drama, but there's a difference between drama and just being, drama and asshattery. Okay? Yeah, okay. I was being greedy in asking. Blocking people you disagree with is against American values, isn't it? Sean American Rebel, were you Sean American Patriot at one time? No, it's not un-American. You can say what you want on your own. You can start your own channel and say anything you want. That's freedom. Coming into my house and telling me to get effed. That's not going to happen in your house to you. It's not going to happen here. Okay, dude. Yeah, man. I've seen Sean in the chats in the Pat McAfee show. Something I watch. Not religiously, but something I catch a few times a week. Great sports show for, especially if you're into NFL football. And yeah, somebody said that to me last night. You haven't, Sean. No, I'm not talking about you at all, man. It wasn't you at all. But there was some stuff in here last night that I became made aware of. Oh, Star Fox, man, I'm glad you were here New Year's Eve, and I'm glad you had fun. And yeah, a lot of us technically were, I guess classified as alone, because we didn't, we weren't in a part of a big crowd of a party, but yet at the same time, there were about 5,000 people watching all across the world New Year's Eve. So counting the the restreams and everything. So thank you all. Spoon, good. I'm glad you were here and had fun. It was banned worldwide. First video that's ever been banned worldwide. For 78 copyright violations, and that's from musicians, from producers, from publishers, songwriters. So yeah, if I would have went back and clipped out all of the, I couldn't do it because they pulled it, and I can't touch it. But if I could have gone back and edited out all of the copyright violations, as I do, like last night's video, I played Reed Timmer at the start, and Reed used copyright music, so I got copyright hit for using his video, and I had to go back and mute all the music under his video at the start of last night's episode. If I'd have gone back and cut out all the copyright music, there would have been like 13 minutes of content in the New Year's Eve party. But anyway, it's banned on YouTube. It's banned on Facebook. I know somebody probably recorded the whole doggone thing, and it's, clips will probably pop up, but it's not viewable. I can watch it, but I can't replay it. We don't PFUC around. My father had a rule. We both were construction. Construction talk was not permitted in the house. Yeah, I can get that. You danced like no one was watching, and it was the bestest. I did. I'm sure I did. I absolutely know I did, because if I was playing music on a stage, if I was disc jockeying, whatever I was doing, I was moving because the music moves me. And yeah, I dance like nobody's watching because, I don't care if they are, you know. Paulie, that was fun New Year's. Good. It was fun. Good, 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 good. Back up your videos to Rumble. Okay, thank you, Lolo. It was fun. Good. All right. All right. Tammy, gosh, a lot of you were here. That's excellent. Let's get to the news. Let's get to, so we can get GA from CA and Cunning up here. As we often do, we'll start out with the breaking news from mainstream media. And of course, AP, that's Associated Press, not Anarchy Princess. Live updates, McCarthy's bid for House Speaker continues. And again, that'll be live tomorrow at noon Eastern Time, which will make it 11 Central, 10 Mountain, and 9 Pacific. And Lolo's Lounge will be open tomorrow at noon our time for that. If you want to have a place to watch along. CNN, Idaho quadruple murder suspect on flight back to the state after waiving extradition, and because it was a police plane, they had to make 2 stops for refueling. It took like 13 hours, and I think he's due to land like at 11 p.m. Eastern, but don't quote me on that. New York Times, California storm updates. Rain and wind lash state as it braces for flooding. Basically, just off the Pacific coast and about to hit California is like this big bomb cyclone kind of storm that has been hitting the continental states. It's pushing a whole bunch of moisture into California areas. And, we wish them nothing but the best. How much moisture? Well, Governor Newsom proclaims a state of emergency and mobilizes the National Guard ahead of, because it's been like one wave of storm pounding parts of the California coast. NPR, Tesla drivers charged with intentionally plunging his family off a cliff. And Politico, France to deliver light tanks to Ukraine. Thank you. Thank you for the tanks, dear friends. Let's just jump into the bookmarks, and then we'll get the ladies up here. I'm not sure what Gates thinks going to war with his party is going to solve, but I'm here for the miscalculation. This is going to poison their entire term, regardless of who is ultimately elected speaker. Okay, that was this staffer's opinion of a letter that Gates has sent to the architect of the Capitol, and Florida Congressman Gates sent a letter to the architect of the Capitol questioning why McCarthy is allowed to occupy the Speaker's office. Now, a lot of people are like, why is Gates doing that? Well, why is McCarthy in the Speaker's office? He's not Speaker. He's never been the Speaker. He just presumed he was going to be the Speaker and moved into the Speaker's office. I don't know if I can say it. I really don't. I agree with Matt Gaetz on this one. Okay, you're going to see a lot of Ron Philip Koski tonight on the Twitter bookmark scroll, because he covers this stuff like hardly anybody else. He's really good. Okay, we mentioned Matt Gaetz. Supporting McCarthy is the worst human resources decision President Trump has ever made. And Ann Coulter, a Republican and a conservative, well, at one time she was conservative. It's switched. She may be stuck in the middle with us. Have you ever heard of Jared Kushner? Was her response. California Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency as the latest atmospheric river, an airborne current of dense moisture flowing from the ocean, was expected to drench much of California ahead of a Pacific storm front. So all of this is going to be hitting boom, 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 boom out in California. And just be aware, be weather aware. Another atmospheric river storm renews flood threats in CA. And we're going to have Georgia on here. Lolo's out there. We got a lot of people out there that we care about. Okay, Boebert and Gates exited the meeting with McCarthy, and they are even more dug in. And this is according to Heather. Boebert says there's, quote, increased opposition, end quote. Gates says, quote, he's a desperate guy whose vote share is dropping with every subsequent vote. And I'm ready to vote all night, all week, all month, and never for that person. Gates and Boebert were two of the four Republicans that voted to not adjourn tonight and to continue on with voting tonight. So they're living up to what they said. And speaking of Ron, here's what he says, and I found this very much worth sharing. It seems like many are missing plot here. This rebellion isn't of any particular issues, rules, committees, etc. It's about a person, Kevin McCarthy. They simply don't want him. Nothing can be negotiated because they don't trust him to abide by whatever they agree to. And they're negotiating. One of the things they want is for McCarthy's PAC, his political action committee, to not get involved in open primary elections. And what has that got to do with running Congress? What's that got to do with moving our country forward? That's petty inside politics stuff that should have nothing to do with who's Speaker of the House. Just something to think about. Don't miss the plot. Okay, meanwhile, another great creative talent that we've seen throughout all of the 1776 stuff. Anyway, meanwhile, Biden and McConnell, leader of the Senate, Republican leader of the Senate, and Joe Biden, Democratic president of the United States, they were in Covington, Kentucky today, right across the river from Cincinnati, for groundbreaking of a new bridge across the Ohio River. In Kentucky today with President Biden, Mitch McConnell praises Biden and Dem Governor Andy Beshear for working together with them to get the infrastructure bill passed. Quote, we've been talking about it for years, but we finally stepped up to address it. That's not how he said it. He said it more like, well, here, let's listen.
Both sides on something that both sides...
Here we go. Give him his whole due.
We all know these are really partisan times, but I always feel no matter who gets elected, once it's all over, we ought to look at things we can agree on and try to do those, even while we have big differences on other things. And this bridge, I think, symbolizes the coming together of both sides on something that both sides thought was important to try to get an outcome. You have a Democratic governor here, Governor Beshear, a Republican legislature led by Senate President Stivers, Kentucky, House led by Speaker Osborne, Chris McDaniel from Northern Kentucky, who took the lead on it, Frankfurt, to provide the matching funds that we needed to make this project go forward. So it's not just this project, but the infrastructure bill, the bipartisan infrastructure bill that the president signed, provides dramatic additional assistance. Just looking at the Kentucky side of the river, this project plus other projects, over $8 billion over the next 5 years. This is really quite significant. And as we know, even though it benefits us in Ohio and Kentucky nationally. This was one of the big projects in the entire country to deal with the crumbling infrastructure that we've all been talking about for years. And so we finally stepped up together and addressed it. It's all
that, just a little context here. The two of them were down there talking about how great they're getting along with each other while we don't have a Speaker of the House. And again from Ron, the Carolina Panthers fired their head coach when he started 1-4. Kevin McCarthy is now 0-5, 0-6. Republicans should fire him. And Ron's doesn't seem like they are getting any closer to a resolution. Kevin McCarthy is now threatening to use Republican donor funds to attack conservative Republicans like Byron Donald, who opposed him for Speaker. And when was that? When did that come out? 7 hours ago. Okay. Florida Congresswoman Kat Kamak made the remarks as she urged for a deadlocked GOP to vote for Kevin McCarthy. She was booed after accusing Democrats of drinking during speeches or during the Speaker vote. I don't know. I'm sorry, but you remember the Karen, all the Karen memes. I don't know. I just a beer, her looking at the beer, and it just kind of encapsulated all the Karen memes into one for me there for just a split second. Anyway, and just a reminder that they are lighting up Niagara Falls. I think they're doing it nightly from 9 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. for Damar Hamlin, the young man that was injured in the football game. He's still in the University of Cincinnati hospital. He's breathing a little bit more on his own now, but he is still in an induced coma. And while things are progressing, it looks like it might be a while, and I don't know. Sad situation. Anyway, let's see, where are we at? It is time to invite a couple of guests up here that I always look forward to having up here. And there, it's up. All right. We're going to get CA from GA and, or GA from CA. See, I really do get dyslexic with things. And Cunning, Stunt up here, hopefully. And we'll talk for a few minutes and see how the ladies are and what's going on. In the meantime, I'll see if I can do this. Hop over into the chat for a few seconds. Here we go. There's G. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I am okay.
Cunning,
I almost.
Is Cunning coming up?
Yep, she is.
Is she putting her disguise on, or is she going to stay?
She's probably putting her makeup on.
Yeah.
or her wig. You got your wig?
Oh yeah, always.
Wait a
always.
Second. Is this? How can I do this so that I've got?
I'm wearing Minnie Mouse ears.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Well, I guess we'll just go. No, I don't want that either.
Tell her.
No.
I'm getting dizzy.
I'm moving around. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, that feels right. Yes. Thank God.
I haven't heard that in a while.
That's because you blew it. You blew it with Cunning on New Year's Eve when you didn't keep her on.
Oh no! Hey, it was echoing.
Oh yeah, it was. I
No,
forgot.
I didn't blow it at all. She sent me some pictures.
Oh, oh, the truth
Yes.
comes out.
I was feeling great.
He looked good too.
She did. She looked really good.
Oh, it was fun.
Yeah. The plan was to have you back up, have you back on there, but
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
the plan.
I was
went out
so
the
into the
window.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to have. There were several people I was going to have up, and the plan just went completely out the window. It was like I spent so much energy and time trying to get Lori on here, and it wouldn't work, and it wouldn't work, and it wouldn't work, and it finally was just like, man, the train's rolling.
Yep.
You either hop on or.
I laughed and danced and laughed again, and it was awesome.
Good.
I did too. I was
Good.
dancing on my patio. I had a great time.
Good.
It was great music.
We'll do that every once in a while. Well, we'll find some other excuse, and we'll do that every couple of months just to blow
Fun.
things out a little bit. So what's been going on this week? What's happened in the 1776 and opposition realm?
Nothing.
Nothing?
It's getting harder and harder to find
Yeah,
things.
I had a
1776.
girl tell me that. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What?
That's what
That's
she
what she
said.
said. Oh no.
We are the same person. So,
All right. Seriously.
1776 had a chili cook-off rally and internet auction where 4 people showed up, and I don't know if they.
I missed that.
Oh yeah, I don't even know. All I did
Okay.
was laugh. I don't know.
It
Four
was
people.
New Year's Day, I believe. Yeah.
Was it?
Was it New Year's Day?
No
I think so,
event,
yeah.
no events or seminars that they are giving themselves, as far as I can tell. Maybe they might be, hooking up with somebody else. But I went and looked at their site today and didn't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Everything kind of.
Well, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that the clip you played from Baldy Banks, that was actually from a 54-minute video that David Riddell did that was entitled "Manly Commercials."
creepy.
So it was real life. It wasn't. That was actually real. And it was.
For real?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
It's
that
on
was him.
his
Oh my
YouTube.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go check it out. It's he gave a lot of advice and did a lot of bad comedy and
Gee, if your woman isn't behaving, roofier. Jesus.
pretty
Give her
much,
Kool-Aid.
yeah.
Real? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually.
Baldy,
I mean,
thank you. Baldy Banks, thank you.
Yes.
And Jerry Garcia, thank you. Meanwhile, reenactment with dolls,
Yep.
Mumbling Melons, anyone and everyone that's contributed musically and
Yep.
comedically. Thank you. That's crazy.
Michelle, you want to tell them about Mags?
Oh yeah, there is some good news. And we had I think we had mentioned previously. Sorry.
Why do I get the impression that
I don't know. Are you saying I'm sarcastic?
You don't trust us, stupid?
all right, I'll bite. What's the
right.
good news from Mags?
Well, I think had we mentioned before that Mags had stepped down from the board of 76, right?
I had heard that. I don't know if it's officially been announced on here or not, but he stepped down to do espionage or something.
No. Come to find out, actually him stepping down from the board and them stepping away for a minute has actually given Mags and his wife time to mod full time for the squirrels, and also have like 6 minutes a day or so to make creative content, hit videos on, and or whoever comes up, you know. So I just wanted to point that out and say we wish them the best.
And
on their new,
they don't have to worry about running a whole business anymore. They just got this little niche they've carved for themselves.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
So
they
happy
don't,
for them.
no more school board meetings, no more worrying about, you know, mortgages and businesses and stuff. They can fully devote their time and energy to, you know, their dream, I guess. I don't know. I wish them the best. I really do. So that's the news on that.
For those that don't know, Baldy's a PhD candidate. Okay.
What?
You know, yeah,
What?
the guy's
Absolutely.
the guy's like you know, he just does this stuff and he's limited free time and he's such a freaking genius that he doesn't take him long. And it's, you know, Carl can whack these things out, and I mean there are Mags.
Yeah.
I just can't, you know,
You know, there's
I'm glad-
much talent on our side,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm not, you know, it's just true. It is. There's so much talent, so many funny, witty, intelligent people with this talent, and it's so unfair. It really is. But I mean, you really can't help but feel sorry for them. I mean,
horrible of us.
seriously.
It's horrible of us to do that to them. Seriously.
It is. I'm so sorry, not sorry.
I'm so sorry, not sorry too.
I'm kind of happy that Mags is going to try to create stuff. Mags and Faith and Country, I guess they're gonna be like a super team.
Oh, yeah,
is that right?
and what was that other news? Cunning, the state heads.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. I want to find it so that I can read the exact wordage.
It's
I don't
a
want to
very
misquote.
important announcement, Doofus.
Yes,
It's
a
very
huge
important
announcement.
from Mags and
Seriously, it
Faith and
really
Country.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very important.
This is the truth. It's a huge announcement, and
I can't even.
it was so huge, actually, that Faith and Country announced it in Red Squirrel's chat, you know, which is where all of the 76ers hang out now. So that's the place to announce it.
Where else would you drop important info?
Jeez.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, he's the only 76er pretty much that's live, you know, most of the time now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. I understand, you know.
Yeah.
Mags is like, I think he's on a suspension from YouTube. So, and
He's
you know,
on a
David
suspension
Riddell,
from YouTube? Okay.
he is. Yeah. I'm not sure for how much longer, but, and David Riddell is busy making commercials. So,
where do they
you know.
show all this content they're going to create then if he's suspended?
He shows it on Rumble.
Right.
And yes.
All
If
right.
you need a link, go into Red's chat anytime, and
no.
the links are in there. Yeah.
No.
So just letting you know.
No.
So anyway, Faith and
I'll
Country.
ask somebody else to forward me.
That's why you have us, huh?
Yeah. You know,
I won't go to Rumble.
I don't do Rumble and I don't do Red's chat. Thank God for friends and screenshots. People with more patience than me. So that's all I'll say. But Faith and Country made this amazing announcement. State leads for 1776 RM announced today. They are Florida, Maine, Indiana, Mississippi, and Oregon. Now, in parentheses, this is added, none of the state leads are the pedos Bandit or Frank, pass it on. And
All
that's
right.
from her announcement.
Hey.
So just to let y'all know, none of them are Bandit or Frank. So
credit where credit is due, because
Right. Got to
they
make
could have
sure.
been.
Got to make
You
sure
know?
everybody knows, because
Okay. Now the question is, who are they, so that everybody can find out their backgrounds, and if
no, we cannot. No.
We can't know that. Okay.
That's
All right.
classified. That's classified.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Although, Georgia, were you going to touch on that? Their newest founding member, which is something you can purchase, but it's interesting.
Right. Frank Ledford, speaking of Oregon, is one of the founding members, which we know is not something that was assigned. It's basically something that you buy. So apparently anyone can buy a founding membership if you pay the money. Even Frank Ledford, who is a convicted level 3 sex offender in Oregon, who has a recent video that you could find on Defender of Ants channel, and he is talking about how he wants to appeal to a younger audience now. You is right. And
I understand you grow a movement. You want to appeal to a younger audience.
You don't necessarily
grow a movement, but when you're a level,
I don't know what he means by younger. Yeah.
The concept of younger. Ew.
When you got a pedo, how young is young? How young is that younger audience? And he also wants to quote, mentor young men, because young men need good male positive role models in their lives, and his are Santa and Dee, and I don't remember who else, but he was thanking them for being positive male role models for him.
Well, young males need positive male role models. I totally agree with that part.
Yep. It's just creepy. It's just creepy when you're a pedo.
Second part of it.
Yeah. So
and I was a CEO and director of the board of a Big Brothers and Big Sisters organization. At one time, and shielding against pedophiles that came in and wanted to be Big Brothers or Big Sisters was a very big and very real thing.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet
that mentoring thing
that's very specific language.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that that's directly against his
parole. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Level 3 is, no contact with children. So.
And he runs a ministry. So, is this a ministry with a youth group and a kids church, or whatever? So
it's probably an online ministry that's just a front so that he doesn't have to pay taxes, but I don't know, honestly. Everything's switched to J6. Is that where the drama's at now, or is it still all online?
The worst of it is online, and I'm not even going to give it any oxygen.
Don't want to talk about.
It's useless. It's negative. I do wonder why one side goes straight to death threats and the other goes to things like, I wish your toes would fall off. So, it's like, one is so violent. But yeah, I'm not availing myself of any of that content at all.
Okay.
I haven't been for a while. As far as J6 goes, I want to know, and somebody's probably done the research. Lolo, if you're still here and let me know, I want to know about this Cynthia, and I can't remember her last name. She's the one that was collecting all the money for donations that came in for J6 prisoners, and supposedly she has taken most of the funds for herself and Randy, and it's not gotten to the prisoners, and they have been complaining about it for months, as far as I know, when they call in, so I don't know, there may be some info out there somewhere. I haven't found it yet.
Okay.
But I'm interested in looking into that. As far as 1776 goes, I kind of feel like we're at the stage where you want to kind of keep an eye like you would any other organization like that. And we know there's lots of them around the country. You want to kind of keep an eye out and make sure they don't join with another bigger organization or rename or rebrand themselves and try to come out stronger. But they're almost irrelevant. They're not doing anything. They never did do anything. They didn't,
Don't forget the restraining orders. Give them credit.
I'm sorry. They are a restraining order movement, and that's it. There's no speaking to representatives or senators or state representatives or local. There's none of that. The one time they tried with Mastriano, a couple of well-placed phone calls, and Mastriano said, nope, don't want anything to do with you guys. We just kind of need to keep an eye on them, I think, but they're not.
I mean, they're done. They have destroyed themselves.
Yeah, they really have.
What was left? Yeah.
And what's left is this vile internet game going on in a bunch of different locations that I'm just not interested in.
There's there's
Cynthia Hughes. Okay, good, Lolo.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing about Lolo, if I could say something for a second, Lolo's broadcasts are not only hilarious and 420 friendly, but smart. Lolo knows her shit, and Lolo's guests know her. Yeah, exactly, Lolo. When you've lost Mastriani. When you Lolo has smart people who know politics and understand and see what's behind the curtain. They know things like you do, Doofus. And that's way more fun than vile, disgusting, ripping people to shreds for no reason.
I agree.
Yeah.
And not only fun, but informative. And, in that chat, you can say, well, what can we do? And somebody would have an idea.
Oh, yeah.
And they're singing.
Yeah, they're singing. Lolo's beautiful singing.
And that's what I was about to, and it's good singing,
As
opposed to where you watch on here,
No, not true. I think you and Lolo should do a duet. I think that would be great. Islands in the Stream. Let's go.
Oh my Jesus. I would pay for that.
I would too. I think it would be beautiful.
She's listening. Way too much singing. That's what she says.
Not too much, Lolo. Everything is perfect.
Now, Lolo is already working on something. Lolo, I think Baldy's involved. I know Jerry Garcia is involved. I think Oomp's involved.
What?
Just a little tease.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Ooh, I like that. If it's a rumor, make it true.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
10 milligram gummy.
That was interesting today.
There were a couple of other funny videos.
I'm gonna have to move. I've got to move to a state where it's legal.
Where it's legal.
Yes,
I know.
You do.
I know.
Because it flips me out. Even people talking about it. You know,
I know.
you're talking about this in the open. You know, what if cops are watching? Well,
Right,
you know,
right.
it doesn't matter.
Nobody cares. There was another video. I don't know if you saw it or if you want to find it, but it's Baldy Banks did the X-Foot Garbage Pail Kids card.
Telescope showed me
Oh,
that
that
the
was
other
great.
night. I haven't played it on the show yet. I got to do that.
That one was
great.
good.
Yeah.
That one was good. And then the other thing, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about, and since this has gone so well, I'm not going to talk about it.
What?
Awesome. Well.
Oh no. Okay.
No, it's we're good. We're good.
Okay. All right. We're good.
And that's all I've got. What about you, Cunning? Doxing and death threats and pictures. Oh my.
Oh my. That's it. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's great that there's less and less to report on with 76.
I agree. Yeah. We've gone from having a nightly segment on 1776 to having a night where we touch on what's happening, and we're struggling to find things, you know, relevant things to talk about. That's a great thing.
I have a request, Doofus.
What's that?
Last night's footage and coverage was incredible, and if you could do it again with Summer, that would be amazing. You know, a lot of us watched it, like you restreamed it, but you also went there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us watched it from, you know, across the country. And my opinion has always been that Louisville was showing the country how to protest correctly, and nobody was listening.
Yeah.
You couldn't accuse them of burning shit and breaking shit and beating on cops and, you know, none of that. You couldn't accuse Louisville of that.
Because it was all covered. Everything and for I'm going to toot my own horn here for just a second, because for a little while I was the biggest outlet covering what was going on down there night after night after night. A lot of the stuff didn't even make it to their own local media.
Right.
You know,
right.
I mean, their local media would do, you know, okay, there's a standoff. Well, it wasn't a standoff. People got shot in the face, and you know, I mean,
I was watching. I was watching the 502 live streamers, which were all fantastic humans and still are, and then a couple of the other people that I watched from around the country. A couple of Portland streamers came in. Sol Luna, Andrew Mercado from Minneapolis.
My gosh, Sol Luna, Mercado, CJ. Did you watch CJ?
CJ.
I did not.
You know what's really cool is that we were talking. Oh, sorry, hon. We were. I'm such an interrupter.
Chud. Sorry, I had to sneeze.
I will talk to you later, young lady. No, the cool thing that I realized last night and today talking to Georgia was that, you know, she and I were both watching all of this at the same exact time. We followed all of the same people, and from just totally different perspectives, but even then, you know, I saw what was going on, and that was the beginning of a change in me. And it's just so cool that, I mean, she and I were probably in a lot of those feeds together. Like I was on it 24/7, you know.
Yeah,
and she was too.
We watched a lot of the same people, and I laughed at the people that she was watching, you know, because we were not on completely opposite sides, but a different, I would say a different perspective. And hers changed,
Definitely.
you know, which is really, really interesting. But what went on in Louisville, I would love to see you do that again with Summer.
Me
And
too.
There's more than enough footage. I've got
oh my
more than
God,
enough footage. You
yeah,
know,
we could do
and
a week of Louisville.
And to be honest, that footage and Summer's feelings and what she was saying, like they deserve to be heard and understood and seen, like without any kind of stuff going on, kind of, you
yeah,
know, in the background to pull away from it.
I
It
totally
was
agree.
so touching and informative, and you know, I would love for a lot of people on the right who might have different views of it to see that and to see it through her eyes and hear it
Yeah,
through her
yeah.
heart, you know. So I think it would be amazing.
I would, and of course, I love having Summer on here all the time. She's in the chat right at the moment.
I
I see her
see
with her heart.
her. Hey, Summer.
Summer, would you be willing to do that? I know it. I know it kind of triggers, and it.
I
You
know
know,
that I
that's
worry about that. I
I
worry
do
about that.
too. It brings back so much, but um,
You did do it right, Summer.
yeah, absolutely. And there were a lot of times that it could have went wrong, but there was always somebody in that movement at that point saying no, no, no. You know.
Yep.
Um,
You know, one of my
what about? Oh,
one of
I'm
my
sorry.
favorites was Jason Downey because
Oh yeah, I love Jason.
Jason would give lip to the cops all the time, and that was the funniest shit I had ever heard.
He's
Okay,
like
I admit it. I laughed. I couldn't help it. I loved
he's
him.
he's like
He was good.
He's like 5'3",
Yep, he's tiny.
but he's an incredible fighter. He really is. I mean,
Oh, he is.
he's
Oh,
a
he is. He's a
badass.
force.
He's a badass. I mean, literally with his hands and his feet. You know, he spent
Yep,
time. He spent time in the Philippines and
yep. I think
learned the Muay
I
Thai
think he's going
and
back again.
yeah, that's what I had heard. I would love to have a night where I had Summer and
Max
Jason and Maxwell
and Jared,
and and
Riot
uh,
Heart,
and Riot Heart. Oh man,
Oh,
Riot
Riot
Heart.
Heart. Oh my God, yes.
and Tara.
Riot
Tara.
Heart.
Too.
Maxwell Mitchell,
Oh,
I
and
love too. I
Tara,
do love him.
and
Tara Bassett. Yep.
Shake A. Wofolk. I don't know if you ever saw her or not, but
I
usually,
did.
um, incredibly beautiful black woman. I was smitten by her, you know, and Kay wasn't really Kay wasn't a fan of Shay K. Anyway,
Oh. Uh-oh.
anyway,
Summer,
oh, Jason was funny.
Summer, I think it would be really important, but I don't want you to be triggered either. I know that
Yeah,
you deal with your stuff. You're a boss. I just think it would Matthew too. Yep. I think that
oh, I forgot about Matthew.
Matthew
Yes,
Ballard, yeah. Yep.
yeah, I forgot
I still
about.
follow him on Twitter.
That
Um,
is cool.
I just think it would be really beneficial for us to really hear it again, to hear it
Yeah,
this time.
yeah, yeah.
It's one thing to watch it. We all watched it. You were on the ground a little bit, but we all watched it, and it's so different on the ground. When Summer said last night that horrible, when they were being marched into that group of 1,000 quote patriots, I was freaking out. And when Summer said last night, we thought we were going to die, it just broke my effing heart. I mean,
And that was for real. You know, I mean,
I know.
it's not like hyperbole. You know, it was
Right.
like they thought they were going to be massacred and the cops were going to stand there and watch it.
Yep, I
That's
did
for
too.
real.
But being there, I just can't even imagine. I can't even imagine that feeling.
Yeah.
And the loss that group experienced, the 7 people that they lost during and after all of that is just fucking heartbreaking.
And the fact that the unity, the love, the
Oh my
artwork,
God.
the
Yeah.
creativity that came around that square
Yep.
and what that square is now, I don't know. That's a whole different episode. But anyway,
Hey, Summer.
I'm good. I promise. I need people to get it. Hopefully. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do it. We'll do it, Summer.
Good.
We'll
Good.
do it one. We'll do it one day next week. And
And I was going to ask Summer a question.
Yeah.
I noticed it seemed like in the very beginning when I first started watching Maxwell, he didn't. He streamed only. You didn't hear him chant. You didn't hear him participate. He was strictly, he'd get on his bike and go. But he was strictly filming, and it seemed to me it wasn't until towards the very end maybe that you could hear him, and he was chanting and he was feeling it, and he was, dedicated, and it was amazing to me to see such a change in him.
Well, I think, and I'm not speaking for him, but as somebody that watched the whole thing,
Yep.
there was Brianna, then there was Ahmaud Arbery, then there was George Floyd, then there was Elijah McClain, and it just kept, I don't want to say another MF name because it just got to the point. Plus him getting chased the way he did that night.
Yep.
It got to the point where I can't be
On the
an
side
independent, neutral observer because this is impacting me too deeply.
Yeah.
And but he kept trying. I mean, he wasn't obnoxious about it.
No, not at all.
Not at all. But Seven Angels of Breeway. But the night that Jarrett got arrested, he was set up outside the police station waiting to film people that got released, and the cops came up and asked him. He's got a warrant out.
The night that who was the guy? God, it was a streamer from Portland, I think. One of the guys had come in and he got arrested. He got arrested with Jason, I think. They were all lined up on a curb right there, and I think he and Jason got arrested.
Oh yeah, who was that from Portland?
I can't remember his name. God.
He was one of the. I don't think he was from Portland. I think he had streamed in Portland.
Who in the heck was he? Dang it, I can't remember.
I can see him, but I can't.
And everybody was like, "Oh shit, he was there alone when he got arrested."
Ian. Bunny says Ian.
Yes, Ian. You're right.
Concrete Reporting. That's who it was. Yeah.
Concrete Reporting. Yes.
I love
Ian.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I forgot about him.
This is crazy that so many people know.
Yep.
Wow.
And Ian was when Portland had their Red House demonstration. Ian was in there 24/7.
On the inside.
Ian and CJ were together for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
did, and they split off pretty quick.
Did you ladies watch Kenosha?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
I watched Andrew
Yes.
and CJ then.
Yeah.
I was watching CJ mostly that night.
Were
And
you
sometimes
watching
Kevin. Sometimes Kevin.
the night I was watching? Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. I'll remember it. I was a guy from Kenosha.
Kevin.
No.
Never Stop Voices?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Kenosha. The guy that rode his
skateboard.
Scooter?
Yeah.
Or skateboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched him a lot too. What was his name? Oh my gosh.
I can't think of his. It started with a K, I think.
Yeah.
Did you see the night that?
Corey Elijah.
Corey Elijah.
That's him,
who it is. Corey Elijah.
Yeah. He would go everywhere on that skateboard.
On the skateboard. And I love that view. Maxwell riding on his bicycle.
Yep.
Corey on his skateboard, showing you the cities.
Jason close to the ground.
The night CJ saved the church.
CJ and Andrew.
Yeah, when they put their streams down and went to
Yeah, we were all screaming at them.
Oh my gosh, that so many
We were
intense
screaming at them
nights
in
back
chat,
then.
and they couldn't hear us. We were like, "Get away from the church!" It was horrible.
Oh, and of course, Kyle Rittenhouse. That whole
that was a
that whole
crazy,
part of
crazy
it. That was
night.
Oh yeah, Summer. No doubt. LMPD couldn't catch you. No doubt.
Yeah, I'd like to get Miss Rosie on here too, Summer.
Oh wow, how's she doing?
I hope she's okay. I don't know. I haven't heard for a while. I think last time, Freedom Ninja. Hi, Freedom Ninja.
One
I
of the
think
mamas.
last time Summer was on here, I asked about her, and I think she said she was okay, but GA was one of the mamas. Okay.
I had a vested interest in Portland. My son was up there.
Oh my gosh! Did you go up and get on the line?
No, he wouldn't let me. So I watched him. I would watch Saul Luna's stream, waiting for my son to walk by. And one night I'm watching, and I hear my son's voice. And I hear him say, "Hey, Luna, my mom watches you." And he goes, "Who's your mom?" And he says, "GA from CA." And he turns the camera around, and there's my son standing there.
That is cool.
He was involved in the very beginning, before it got real rough, back when they were just throwing donuts at the cops, when it was funny.
He was a little badass too.
Saul? Oh yeah.
Luna, yeah.
No. Yeah. My son was with the Navy, the vets, the Wall of Vets, and he did security. And so I had to watch obsessively because I was afraid that something would happen to him. And I would text him or call him up and say, "Where are you?" And he'd say, "Mama." The boy grew up in the South. Mama.
Mama.
You know I wasn't anywhere around there. I got out of there before that shit happened.
Wow, this is crazy. I spent so much, I spent as much time. Actually, I spent more time back then on that than I do now on this, but.
Saul and Andrew became really good friends, and they still are, and from across the country, And Ninja and Baloo, remember Ninja and Baloo?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. What happened to PDX Ninja?
He's still up there.
Yeah.
Do you Unicorn Riot? Did you ever?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Unicorn Riot was awesome.
She's doing good. Okay. Summer just said Rosie's doing good.
Oh good.
Good.
That woman.
Yeah, I see Sassy. I see some of Ninja's videos. Is he doing better? I wonder. He was having a hard time for a while. But yeah. Anyway, we were all watching the same thing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep, different perspectives and
all over the country. Yeah.
I didn't know you were restreaming any of it. I never saw you. Isn't that weird?
Not really, because I've been kind of I don't know what the word is, shadow banned, I guess, because I've always had controversial people on here.
Yeah,
and. For those one way of shadow banning is like they don't show your numbers to the public that you actually have. They show a lot smaller numbers, and it doesn't make people want to click on. If you're sitting next to somebody and they got 30,000 views and you've got 200, you're gonna click on and see what the 30,000 view person's saying.
Right.
So I'm not surprised.
And most of what I watched back then was Facebook too. Hardly anybody was was on YouTube at the time.
Right.
Me too. Yeah.
Most
And then
most of the videos I used came from Facebook,
yeah, and
and I
when
used them over here.
about halfway through Portland, my son was like, "Mom, go to Twitch," and I'm like, "What the hell is Twitch?" Figured it out, watched Rosa and the rest of that's how I found Rosa, I think, was Twitch. But yeah, it was mostly Facebook back then.
See, one of the big problems is too many people just watched Fox News, and,
right?
And the only perspective they have is what Fox News showed them,
Right.
And that's why everybody was like, "Oh, Louisville's obviously burning down," when nothing burnt down,
Right,
because
exactly.
in their head they had visions that all the cities were burning down except theirs.
Right. And Portland was burning shit, but there weren't any buildings burned down.
Right.
There was a billboard that was pretty funny.
Oh my God! You mean Steve Oatley's?
Yep. Steve Oatley's billboard that got burned, and I just about
I
wet my
remember
pants
that.
laughing. But and then there was a lot of dumpster fires and all kinds of stuff. If you were on the ground there was so much incredible police violence that you didn't always necessarily see. They were getting the shit beat out of them every night by the cops.
You saw it in the streamers. You didn't see it in mainstream news.
Right. Exactly.
Nowhere. Yeah.
And yeah, that's why I do what I do, for people that want to see what's really going on.
I tried to talk to my family about it, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
yeah,
it blew my mind. How can you not be aware of what's happening?
The world is burning.
The world is burning. People are being, yeah.
Wednesday is normally Summer's outreach day.
Yeah.
So either Tuesday or Thursday of next week's Summer, you and I will get together and we'll do some of the videos from your perspective too, because she was a live streamer.
Yep.
And
it's a totally different feeling when you're on the ground, I'm sure.
There is a unique vibe at 6th and Jefferson in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
That you walk into the place and it just has a and it's not necessarily, it's just a totally different vibe than any other place I've ever been. The closest I've ever come is New Orleans.
Mardi Gras.
No.
Bourbon Street.
No, into the where all the massacres happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was a dark feeling in the square because so much bad had happened there. And not just with Brianna, but that's the place where they sold the slaves.
Right.
And loaded them onto the boats and took them downriver to the plantations. That square was the block. That was the trading block. And there's some bad vibes in that square.
Yeah.
There has to be. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, hey, we got off subject and it was fun.
Yeah, we did.
Looking forward to summer.
Yeah, and I'm
way more interesting than talking about the restraining order movement. For sure.
I'm gonna reach out to I'll reach out to Jason. I haven't, and Summer, if you'd reach out to them too, because I don't know if they'll remember me, because it's been a couple of years. Reach out to Jason and to Max, and see how many of those people we could possibly get on here. I think that'd be a great. I think that'd be a great show.
Fantastic. Yes.
Just have them talk about the different nights. I wouldn't have to necessarily show a lot of things. Just have them talk about what really happened.
That's a great idea.
All right.
Awesome. All right.
And Rumrose says thank you, ladies, and I agree with that. Thank you.
You're very
Thanks all
welcome.
for listening.
Thanks for having us.
We'll do this.
Thank you, Barry.
We'll do this next Wednesday night if it's if schedules all jive and everything's
Yep.
okay. Cool.
We'll plan on it.
We might have to make things up next week, but it'll be fun.
Oh, that would be fun. We thought
Let's
about a
do
game
that.
too. Cunning came up with a game, so we'll either make
Don't you dare.
I won't. We'll either make shit up.
Wait a
or
minute
we'll-
now. You can't do that. What's
Well,
the game?
The game is. I'm not going to tell him what you said. The game, because it was stoned funny. The game is one of us says something
Who
and you
am
guys
I?
have to guess who we are. Which character we are.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just randomly on the phone said to her, "Who am I?"
Yeah,
you
know,
like
and
if
then you
I
could
said,
just say anything.
like if I said, it's what they do, guys. It's what
Exactly.
the left does.
Yes. Yes.
Who am I?
Snorio. Snorio.
Phone. Give me back my phone.
Give me back my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
So yeah, we'll either play the game or we'll make shit up or both. Who knows?
Okay.
It'll
Or
be
maybe
great.
January 6th we'll burn shit down and we'll have a good story. I don't know.
Here's what Katrina
Let's do it.
says.
Make shit up. It will be hard to tell the truth from fiction. Yep, exactly, Katrina.
It's going to be hard to make up things that are crazier
Yeah, it's
than
going to
real
be hard
life.
to, pooping in buckets. I mean, come on.
Seriously.
I can.
Oh my
And
God.
I don't. Did you see Telescope's Poop Bucket Awards, Golden Poop Bucket Awards?
Yes.
Okay,
I did. Yes.
For those that didn't, he had Brian Wyckoff on there explaining the video where Wyckoff says, "Hey, did you all poop in a bucket over here?"
Oh my God.
Oh God.
It's real, y'all. It's real.
Real, y'all.
Oh, God.
Of course, it's real.
Oh, gross.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes.
We won't
Oh,
make
my.
gross things up. We'll make funny things up.
Yeah.
We won't.
Okay.
We won't be vile or gross.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a joke, Mater. You know jokes, right?
It's a joke, Mater. All right.
Oh, pooping in buckets is a Green New Deal if done properly.
Best comment
Bravo.
of the night.
Okay. Andrew Murray.
Bravo.
Andrew Murray wins the internet. Yay!
Yes.
Oh,
Green
my
New
gosh.
Deal. Oh God, that's funny.
Okay. I've got a little kind of announcement.
Uh-oh.
There's March Madness, and the brackets for the
Yeah, I didn't get it.
NCAA tournament. Okay, we are going to do brackets. It's going to be like the Chudderdome instead of the Thunderdome.
Oh God.
Convite Madness. There's going to be multiple names attached to it. We're going to have 8 brackets, and each bracket's going to have 8 people, eight things in it. Because one of the brackets is objects, and it's going to be fire
That
truck.
sounds like a sports thing.
It is kind of a sports thing. But you will be able to vote on it. Okay.
Okay, good.
No wagering though, unless it's done through
Back channel.
No, the new Doofus. I'm going to roll out a Doofus sports wagering app. And,
Nice.
just in time, and it's only going to be for betting on this one particular thing.
There we go.
The categories are going to be objects, and the 8 objects. That's the one that people aren't going to get a vote on. They're going to be poop buckets is one of the objects, flags, fire truck, Ricky Bobby's truck, lawn chairs. And I don't remember, but they're going
Pocket
to go
Constitution.
Oh, that's a great
Pocket
one.
Constitutions.
And
Which
they'll go
nobody
head.
ever read.
They'll all go head to head until there's only one left in each of the 8 brackets. Then we take those 8 and we have the final 8, and then the final 4, and then the actual champion. So it's just going to be head to head in objects, content creators, which will be very interesting. Live streamers, chatters, trolls, convoy truckers who weren't in 1776. So like the old school, the old lore guys. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then one bracket.
Cattywampus wants the Boogaloo boys in, apparently. He says Hawaiian shirts.
Hawaiian shirts. And the champion will still fight himself in the mirror. According to Katrina.
That's awesome.
Like a
This
pageant.
sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll explain it in better
That's
detail.
awesome.
But one of the categories, one of the brackets, and this one, there are 8 in this bracket. It's going to be the Suicide Squad, the old Suicide Squad. The bracket is going to consist of Ant, Lori Arnold, AP, Freedom Squirrel, Red Squirrel, JJ, Pluck the Patriarchy, and who am I missing? Or did I get everybody?
West Virginia.
Did I say Anarchy Princess?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, those 8 are going to go head. Those 8 are going to go head to head. We're going to do a blind draw. We'll do that over at Telescope's thing. We'll do a blind draw to fill out the brackets, and then people will vote, and we'll just narrow it down. Take probably a month and a half to do.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. So that'll give us a little fun content.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to watch it unfold and see who it comes down to. Or what.
So 6 of the categories are going to be open for everybody to vote, and we'll take the 8 top vote getters, and they'll go into the brackets. Yeah.
There you go.
It's going to be it's going to be interesting, and I think it will. We're looking at it as a sociological and psychological experiment.
Now, at the end of it, will there be like mud wrestling or something to determine? Like at the end,
It depends. It depends. Yeah. If it gets down to like Santa and Big D, probably no mud wrestling, Jello, or whipped cream.
I have a feeling they'd like that. I just kind of think they might like that. I don't know. Just a thought.
Hey.
Sorry.
We'll put it on Naughty Aubrey's channel and charge a premium then if they like it.
There you go. We'll make hundreds. We'll make hundreds. Oh my God.
Oh God, I gotta go. Oh my God, I gotta go hug my cat.
Oh. Okay. All right. We'll see you next week, ladies.
All
Good
right.
night, y'all. Thank you.
Take care. Bye, everybody.
I'll see you in chats and stuff, but we'll have you back up here next week. Good night.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks,
Bye,
y'all.
ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. I always look forward to having those 2 ladies on here because it is always laughter, and not only is laughter a good medicine, but also laughter is a good, just a good way of feeling good, and we all need that every once in a while. Poop. There is something funny about just saying poop, So, thank you all for watching. It's been great. I love you all. Cunning, GA, Lonnie Ivy, Sassy Pants, Katrina, Mater, Hot Mess, Summer. I love y'all. Everybody watching live, everybody in the chat, everybody watching that you're watching live, you're not in the chat, everybody watching on the what's it called? I forget what it's called. Where you can on demand. Everybody watching on demand. Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks, Dawn. Thank you, Rum Rose. Love you, Katrina. Thank you, Andrew Murray, Tanya. Everybody. Thank you for being here, and Yes, I think the chat was, it seems the chat was really good tonight, and I thank all of you for that. And we'll do this all again tomorrow night at 10 p.m. right here, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Pacific. And again, noon tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, Lolo's Lounge. She will be hosting a watch party as they try to determine who the next Speaker of the House will be for the 118th Congress of the United States of America. Jerry Garcia, thank you, man. Great tunes. Great tunes. Such a talented dude. Hope you're dancing in the sky. Thank you for being here. Bunny, thank you. Thank you, everybody. We will see you tomorrow night, same time, on the American Doofus channel. It'll be Doofus After Dark. It is, hey, yeah, hit the like button on your way out, everybody, if you would. And subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. I love y'all. It's a dark world. Try to be a light. See you tomorrow night. Peace.